everybody, my name is Misha Quint. I'm the music director and founder of InterHarmony. InterHarmony consists of two festivals in Italy, one in Germany, an online festival, the InterHarmony International School of Music Online, the first online music conservatory. Today, I am excited to welcome you to our InterHarmony Artist Interview Series. Have fun! How are you?
I am just fine, and I hope you are well.
Thank you. Everything is good, and these days I have so much excitement going on with all these festivals, the online school, and all these things. You're a little bit special guy because you're really, I could say, you're a fixture at festivals. You
Oh
were
my
so
God.
many times, Like I feel like if I don't see you, something's wrong.
Something is wrong.
So it feels good to see you. And then, of course, you were at every possible situation at our festival. So, in other words, you were at festivals like in person. And, of course, you were also in our online festival. We all enjoyed your performances there. I remember, like, speaking to you after the concert. You had some really deep analysis of how it affects, how does it feel to listen even to your own playing. Your thoughts are always appreciated, of course.
Yeah, about that thing specifically, and then we can talk about InterHarmony more generally if you like. I mean, I've been in two locations in Italy and Germany. So, I mean, I've experienced a lot of those things, and it's always so special. When we did the festival this summer, I was still adjusting to online things, as we all were. We still are. Like, what's it going to mean? And what are we giving up? But then sometimes, when we make these adjustments, something happens that is unanticipated, and it's something sort of beautiful in a new way. And so I will be honest with you. I'm always honest with you, but I'll be honest once again. When I heard that we're going to do these faculty recitals as a kind of a online combination thing, I was not excited about it because I thought, well, online concerts, I don't know, it can be kind of boring and you don't feel like you're really there. This came as a nice surprise to me. This comes from somebody, I've always been somebody very devoted to the in-person experience. I think you and I are probably very alike that way. The audience is there, the connection, the energy in the room. That's kind of what it's all about, right? It's our precious heritage, and that aliveness of the moment in concerts is like nothing else. So that's why I was sort of ho-hum about the whole idea. But I'm watching this thing, it's me and it's other people, and I became more and more entranced with it, and it's like this beautiful dream, I would say, because all the trappings of a live concert have gone away. The camera comes up on a scene, and there's somebody on the faculty sitting at their instrument, and they just start to play a piece that they've chosen because it's something special that they really love and they want to share it. The camera comes up, they do their piece, and then it just sort of fades out at the end and then gently fades into the next person. So there's no applause, there's no walking off stage, there's no anything. It gave me this feeling of intimacy with the performance. And that's the thing that I was so struck by. This feeling of, well, here I am sitting in my own comfortable chair at home, and the sharing from the performers in this way, as I say, without all the stage trappings and looking around and fanning yourself because it's hot, or all that stuff is not there. Just the music, pure music. Everything else went away. And so I thought, what a beautiful way for the multiplicity of faculty that you attract in the festival, you know, to share something like this in this sort of intimate, personal way, and then for us to be able to get together afterwards and have a chat online. I was very in love with that. I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah, I remember that. I noticed that like when concert is taking place, there are no breaks. The setup of the stage, one person leaves, another comes. Immediately you just sort of like go straight. The whole thing was kind of like really an amazing thing. And
Right, and one piece kind of segues into the other piece very smoothly, seamlessly, which is a nice musical experience, really. Different kind of music. They don't have to be separated. Some people are in their own house. Some people are on a stage somewhere. None of that seems to matter. You know, it's like wherever we are, this is our music, and we're playing it. It's really lovely.
yeah, and you know what is really interesting? I actually noticed it. I don't know if you remember after the concert, after that Zoom room. You remember what I told you?
I don't remember what
Man,
you said. No.
no, I said, man, you are in shape.
Oh, nice.
And you told me, oh, well, I could spend time with my piano, And
Yeah.
you know what I noticed personally? If you have one very important concert, sometimes I'm sure you do it too. Like I would just call a couple of friends and say, okay, let's have a little concert beforehand in somebody's house and just run the program prior to the concert,
Yes, it's good.
I'm sure you've done it before, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah.
In this case, I know, okay, I have to play Bach. Okay, so I sit down, I put like a camera. Believe me, when we record it, it makes your blood going. So it's just such a wonderful tool, recording yourself like video. Of course, we all know that it's useful, but when you actually really do it all the time, it really makes a big change. So now I feel like, okay, if I have a concert, I don't need to really bother anybody. I could just put the camera on myself.
I think that's true. I know, and during these pandemic times, I think we've all figured out better ways to record ourselves at home because we kind of have to. Then we're better set up to do it. We do it more readily. At least that's been true for me. It's a wonderful tool. The feedback you get from doing this, and I agree with you. The minute the camera rolls, it feels like a performance in a really good way. So the isolation of this is terrible, but it's also not terrible in a certain way. I mean, I don't want this to sound too corny, but as you know, I retired from my university job this summer. Having all this time alone, doing different projects and recording things in whatever schedule that I want, not in a hurry. What I've found, and you'll understand this, Misha, I've found that I've sort of fallen in love with music and the piano again. Not that I ever stopped, but I mean, again, like I was when I was a child. It's like it's without everything else, without all the other pressures that there used to be. It's just this beautiful, sensuous thing that I love. And that's what got me into it as a child. And I bet you have the same story to tell. I feel that because life has become, for me, so calm and in a way isolated. So, we make the best of whatever we need to deal with. But as musicians, this is what I always think. And again, that as musicians, we have access to this other world we can go to, right? Any moment, right? If you and I were in a room, we say, let's play the beginning of the Franck Sonata. We would play two measures and we're in another world. It's like we know how to open up this door and go to this other beautiful place that's bigger than us. And how lucky are we that we know how to do that?
Yeah, and also was kind of also really interesting that after the concert, when we have this little chats, we would all go to a Zoom room and we would talk. I personally like little parties. I always like parties. I like to see people around me. That's maybe I have like festivals because I really love to see lots of people saying different things. It just feels always good, I'm one of the people who don't like to be alone on the beach, I always like lots of people going by, something like that, And after that, after observing, everybody sits and watches his performances, and we could actually discuss it. It just really kind of almost like surreal atmosphere. I felt like even like master classes felt like very intimate, like everybody is like we see as people and everybody's concentrating. The results actually much more impressive. I am actually really noticing now on my students. There is something,
Oh yeah, there are some great things about online teaching, especially, having people record something, send it to you before the lesson. You get a chance to hear it. They record it calmly. By the time you meet them, you have a different conversation. And I got this feedback from my students too. I used to do like some videos back and forth. They'd send me a video. I'd send them some feedback. They think about it, send me something else. And they said, if you had said those same things to me during a live lesson, it goes by very quickly. And I might not be quite ready to take in what you said. But if we do this at different times, I send you a video, you send me a comment, I have time to process it all and think about it. And I agree with you. I saw some really great results. Some people have been thriving with online teaching.
Yeah, and I think for the students, it's just actually such a wonderful thing to record themselves all the time. I remember the funny story, I tell you. I mean, it was not funny at that time. When I was little, my parents got me, it was in Russia, those days, there was a huge gift. It was a wonderful thing. Not the record player, tape recorder.
Yeah.
With big tapes, that's
sure,
like I record myself.
Yeah.
And they said at that time I was not ready. I was not prepared. The piece I played, it was in the beginning of learning it. I played and oh my God, what did you get me? This is such a terrible machine, recorder, this is not good, But I recorded it, I analyzed, then I practiced. Sounded like a week later or something like that. Again, I tried it. Oh my God, this machine is pretty good. Because I prepared, The same thing here. Of course, technology now and those days, especially in Russia, it's like day and night. And of course, when you have everything available, it's a very simple process. You just press the button and you get recorded. Of course, it's just completely, totally different thing. And students could do it as many times as they want during the day. They could do it just on
Sure.
anything, and the progress is immediately there.
Well,
It just
because they're teaching themselves, like you
right.
did that time. You know, your teacher says, "Well, send me a recording of the first movement," and you say, "Okay, I will." But that means you've recorded it 6 times before you choose one that you'll actually send to the teacher. And every time you recorded it,
Yeah,
you're
you
teaching yourself
perfected.
something,
Yes, yes,
and
sure.
you're becoming your own teacher. And we always say that that's our goal in life, to let people become their own teacher so that they don't need us anymore. So this is a way for that to actually be happening, right? They're doing it anyway.
Yeah, in a sense of self-criticism, basically,
Right.
right? That we always try to develop in people. Like, I mean, but students play. Oh, I play great. Wait a second, just listen.
No,
Did
but
you hear
some
what you
little
just?
voice, inside their mind says, "I can do better. I think I know I can do better. Let me do it again because I
Yeah,
know I can do better." Right. So then they're already on the path.
yes,
So it's great. Yeah. Well, and I
yes.
even managed to this summer meet a couple new people that I didn't know, which always happens in the in-person interharmony, but it can even, with a little effort, happen online. I was exchanging students with another piano professor. She was in Taiwan. We got along so wonderfully. We had great conversations as if we'd always known each other. And I thought, well, this feels a little bit like what was always so much fun in the in-person thing, sitting at a meal at a big table with people you never met before and sharing your daily life. So, I mean, it has a little bit of that. It can't be like that, but I mean, it's a little bit of that feeling.
But it's funny. We did this, this cooking shows, with
Yeah.
so I just really didn't want to have some kind of boring, like studies of from one word. It already becomes oh my god, what it is. We wanted to do something exciting and just like a real festival with events and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
suddenly we had all these shows, and it's also a different thing, like interaction. That you're speaking to people out of different part of the world, somewhere like in Italy or Germany, and they tell you how to cook or something. It was just such a good event. Also tastes pretty good too. So.
Well, obviously, especially when we go to Italy, everything is delight food wise. My God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. So look, Bill, so it was, I just feel like we touched on something very important. And actually, I think that we probably should repeat and do this kind of things through the year, because I'm sure many people would love to hear you, whatever you think, whatever your feelings are. I think it's very important. As you said, for musicians, feelings are very important. And when they feel something, maybe they understand. When you just explain to them, like with the at the blackboard, they not
Right.
always understand it. But when somebody like you, a performer who has such a huge experience in teaching, says something, it means something. So I'm so happy that we had this opportunity to meet.
Oh, me too. Me too.